Hey, what's up, everybody? And thank you for joining us to the to my first hosting, of the Fetterly Club. This is episode 3. We got the glorious one and the Oz in here. As you can see, I'm here. I'm back. I kind of overslept. I was a little exhausted from the children. But yeah, so I've woke up, drank my big cup of coffee, I'm a little jittery. So let's start it off. How was everyone's weekend? Ramon?
First of all, this is Garfield09 for Okaminamoto Gaming. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. My weekend was fantastic. I had a karaoke session last night with a couple of friends, and it was I crushed it as I always do. I am starting to lose my voice. It keeps getting like dry throat. So other than that, it's awesome. Just having my coffee, waking up.
Nice. Ramon, Garfield.
Alrighty. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I was gonna go ahead and have a kickback with a couple of friends, but one of them wasn't feeling well, so we didn't want to risk anything. So we just definitely. But I did have some karaoke. I did some karaoke, and
you guys were at the same place at the same time.
Yeah, we tried the new Terramana Tequila by The Rock.
Yes, we did.
Very, very good. Very smooth. So that happened, and then. Then came back upstairs, had a little ODub session and knocked out, and here I am. How about you, Jesse? How's your weekend so far?
Good. Friday we did a little bit of kind of a grocery run, because the family got to eat. But yesterday was my father-in-law's birthday, so we went over and kind of had a little small celebration for him. Social distancing, everyone had masks on and stuff. So weird. But yeah, I enjoyed some great food. Everyone, a few other people got to see the baby. A lot of people have not seen the baby.
I know.
Yeah. So
I know.
It's pretty tough. Kind of when you have a newborn and you're so used to, especially in a Hispanic family, everybody normally would show up to even at the hospital.
Yeah.
To see the baby. I know I'm not having any visitors that time and just myself being there. Yeah, it's a little different, but hey, we got to get through through the times now. But all right. So now everyone's nice and set. We're going to talk about some breaking news that we recently had. First, I want to do a little bit of a moment of silence for a couple of the people that recently passed. No, not big names that you may not know, but Oz, if you want to take it away, just kind of mention them.
Yeah, man. Yesterday was a very, very sad day in the entertainment world. We lost John Saxon, who played the head sheriff in the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Passed away at the age of 84. We also lost the original founder, one of the original founders from Fleetwood Mac. His name was Peter Green. I'm a big fan of Fleetwood Mac. I love their music. He passed away at 73 years old. But the big one, and these are all big names, but the iconic Regis Philbin passed away yesterday at 88 years old. Regis Philbin, maybe the younger generation doesn't know, but us as, a little bit older in our 20s and 30s, we know who Regis Philbin is. Obviously, he started off with Live with Regis and Kathy Lee. And then when Kathy Lee moved on, it was Live with Regis and Kelly Ripa. Yeah. But he also hosted Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing show, still is to this day. But yeah, Regis Philbin passed away yesterday, 88 years old, due to natural causes. And it's just one of those deaths where, it's never easy, especially if it's somebody that whether it be a celebrity or a person. It sucks. It's a very, very, very sad day in the entertainment world.
He's a household name,
That's right.
Mm-hmm. It's tough, but let's give a little 5-second moment of silence for them. Yeah, so let them, rest up now, and may they rest in peace. Yeah. So let's start off right. I know I missed last week's episode, so I got a few more notes that than you guys. So I'm gonna start off with the cancellation of Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. They have announced that it's officially canceled.
Yeah.
Due to the COVID pandemic. How did how you guys feel about that? You guys were excited for this year, of course, probably.
I think it was one of those things where it was inevitable.
Yeah.
It was, I'm pretty sure it was one of those things where they try to push and push and push and push. Well, maybe it'll happen. Well, maybe it'll happen. Don't cancel it yet. Maybe it'll happen.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think they pretty much did the right thing, because we don't know where we're going to be 3 months from now. It could be worse. It could be better. It could be worse. We don't know.
Yeah.
I was actually looking forward to it. Really quick before I dabble into that. Leo, what's up? I see you in the comments there.
Morning, Leo.
I'm gonna address your comment in a bit. I'm just gonna do this one really quick. I didn't get to go 2 years ago, for whatever reason, and I think Oz, you didn't go either, right? It was the 1 year that we both missed.
No. Last year you didn't go, right?
Yeah, we didn't go last year. We ended up going obviously to the Queen Mary.
Oh yeah, you did.
For Harbor. What is it called?
Queen Mary.
Dark
Harbor.
Dark Harbor. Excuse me. Thank you. And then we also ended up going to the Los Angeles Haunted Hayride last year.
Oh, okay.
How was it? Okay.
But yeah, okay. I mean, as far as Halloween Horror Nights, I mean, this year I was really looking forward to it, but unfortunately, I mean, it's better to be just safe than sorry at this point, because I mean, right. Our numbers are not decreasing, anytime soon.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna get too much into that, but yeah, I mean, I was looking forward to it, but unfortunately, I mean, it is what it is, and it's like I said, it's better for them to be safe and than to fuck up.
Yeah, I think they said it was somewhere. It was somewhere along the lines of 312 new cases just yesterday alone in LA County. So
let's not get started on that.
Yeah, that's
all right, Ramon. We're gonna be addressing the comments. You want to go ahead?
Oh yeah. So Leo, what's up? By the way, I'm not Oz, but it's the glorious one.
Good morning.
I did see the comment last week about the 8 hours and the intermission and stuff, and I'm well aware of that. I was trying to be funny, but I guess I wasn't funny enough.
However, you'd be surprised how sometimes they don't put intermission. I mean, if you go into The Irishman on Netflix, it's 3.5 hours long without an intermission. The King Kong remake by Peter Jackson is 3 hours and 5 minutes without an intermission. Titanic was 3 hours and 7 minutes without an intermission. So there's times when movies will not have an intermission. So
hold up. Now I think Titanic did have an intermission, but at home you had to, when the VHS came out, it was a 2-set VHS.
You can't. You look at it.
It was a 2 VHS.
It was a 2 VHS thing. You're forcefully taking an intermission.
Yeah,
forcefully.
You had to switch to VHS.
VHS giving you an intermission.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right.
And I think I remember it saying, intermission, please insert tape 2.
Oh, shit.
And I think Pearl Harbor was DVD number 2.
No.
It was. I think. Really?
Yeah.
Probably.
It was a 2-disc DVD, and put the first one, and then you had to put in the second one. I guess the memory on it wasn't the best.
Yeah.
So so now going from there, let's talk. I'm gonna talk about a little bit of the Disney Plus news that's been kind of rumored. Mainly the New Mutants movie. A lot of you may not know, New Mutants is a X-Men franchise. It's a part of the X-Men franchise. Now that Disney owns that property, New Mutants has actually been probably the worst one to take it took the hit real bad from going from one company to the other. This movie was scheduled to come out last year, April. And then it got pushed to October. Then it got pushed to this year, April. Then the whole COVID happened, and now it's in the air. Many have suggested it to come out video, VOD, as well as on a streaming platform. Now that Disney owns it, there was a leak that showed a new TV spot for New Mutants showing the Disney Plus logo and a date for September 4th. Would you think them releasing New Mutants on a streaming platform do the movie justice, or do you think they're just pushing it just to finally get it out there?
Well, if my information is correct, this movie has been pushed about 4 times. So yeah, I get it. Disney wants that big theatrical release. People want it theatrically. We're not in a spot where we can have movies theatrically right now. You look at other movies that haven't been released, like Mulan, Black Widow, even Tenet. Now Christopher Nolan has officially stopped promoting Tenet here in the U.S. It might come out overseas, but here in the U.S., it's not even going to come out yet. Look at movies like The Invisible Man that went from a small theater run to being pushed for VOD. Movies like The Hunt. I think it's smart. It's smart marketing. That's like asking, should The Mandalorian been on Fox? Should it been on ABC? It's like, no. Sometimes putting movies in a small streaming platform work.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Ramon?
I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, at this point, people can't really do anything. I mean, they're pretty much at home most of the time. And like I said, I mean, we're not really in a position to where we can go into a theater right now and watch, movies and shit. So I think this is the next best thing. Also, I mean, it can increase subscription rates too, like the ratings or whatever the hell, like the numbers. So that also works for them too. So they can make their money. Because if anything, if somebody says, "Oh, I'm just gonna join fucking Disney Plus for the movie just so I can see it," but then they start seeing the rest of the shit that's in there, and they're like, "Oh, well, you know what?" Because that's how they got me. Because I wanted to see just The Mandalorian. Once I was done with that, I was gonna unsubscribe. But then I'm like, "Oh crap, they got this. Oh, they got that." It's like, "Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it." And until now, I've had it until now, and I think you can hook them that way.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea.
Well, look at what they're doing now. They're finally starting to slowly release the X-Men movies on Disney Plus. So that to me is exciting. That to me is like a progress. Like, okay, shit, they finally have the right series. They released the reboot Fantastic Four movie, which
they did.
I've given it a second look. It is not as bad as people claim it to be. You know what I'm saying? It's actually a really good movie. I highly recommend it for people who have Disney Plus. Watch that Fantastic Four reboot movie. Well, all you have to do is get the originals out of your mind, because that's what people do. Get the originals out of your mind. Give this its own shot, and it's actually going to impress you, because it was really good.
You're not talking about the one with Captain America in it, right?
No, the one we're talking about is with Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus, and it's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing that bothered me about it, I felt like it was too fast. Like the story, like they kind of were like moving on so quickly, and I think the time of the length of the movie didn't really justify the movie kind of storyline that they were showing. But it was pretty good. We saw it. My son loved it. Of course, they're superheroes, so he's gonna love it. But now with still on the topic of movies. I kind of wanted to mention, this is a little bit early, but due to movies not being released, now with Christopher Nolan canceling Tenet, as well as the movies that haven't been released since March, April, May, June. How do you think the 2021 Oscars, the Academy Awards, is going to look? Is it going to be all just pretty much Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, originals? Because don't get me wrong, The Irishman got a very good response from when it released out in Netflix, but because it was made by, what was this, Martin Scorsese?
It was Martin.
De Niro. They had a big cast, so do you think what do you think how that's going to look like next year?
I think we're in an era where streaming platforms are getting a lot more respect now, especially like Netflix is. I think I've said it before, Netflix is killing it in the original section.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They are killing it. I think Hulu is a top second. Some of their original content is actually really, really good. I'm really hooked on this show called Castle Rock, which is a Hulu original, and it's freaking amazing. You know, HBO Max, even Apple TV has some great series.
Yeah.
You know, so I think we're gonna be this upcoming Oscars. It should be a streaming service war.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of great Netflix originals that came out. Apple TV has some great movies, some great TV shows coming out. So it's either gonna I don't see any movies that or enough movies that's gonna make up the 10 nomination spots for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah,
So
there's no way. I'm gonna agree with the Oz here. I think they should do something for the streaming platforms.
yeah,
I mean, and not only new content that you see on there as far as originals with Hulu and Netflix. Sponsor us, please.
yes, please.
Oh, all right. So we got 10 minutes before the intermission, Leo.
We would gladly put the whole Netflix gung gung at the very beginning of this fucking podcast. Gladly.
Yeah,
please,
it'll go gung gung Netflix. Netflix presents. No, but I mean, back on that topic, yeah, there's a lot of like originals from before this whole pandemic started. Like, I keep pushing for this one called 3%. Or, yeah. 3%, man. I love that show. I mean, the series. It's awesome. You know, and it's
they're getting another season next month.
What?
They're getting another season next month. It's coming out next month.
Oh, dude, I gotta look into that. Hell yeah! I've been waiting. I already, dude. As soon as the latest season came out, I binge watched it. Like I sat there and watched it, and I was like, okay, now I'm like hooked on the next one that's coming up, and I didn't know when it was gonna start. So thank you for that, Oz.
You got it.
Yeah, I as back to that. I mean, I think that the streaming platforms deserve to get recognized this year.
Yeah,
since
definitely.
there's no like real big releases that came out. So
yeah, so many are hoping more come out. I know there's some big names that are waiting till like November, December. Just, you know, their release dates are there around that time, but you know, who knows if it's gonna happen or not. Yeah. So still with movie news, coming from Comic-Con, there's been a couple announcements as well as a couple teases. First one being they released footage of the black suit Superman for Justice League, from Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut that's going to be happening in HBO Max next year. I saw it. It was finally displaying Superman meeting Alfred. That was teasered in the trailer.
Okay.
That never made it to the final cut. So that was pretty cool to see. It was like maybe a 10-second clip. As well as the announcement that Mega Man will be getting his own live adaptation. That is also in the works. The director did release some news saying everything looks like it's still in pre-production. As well as Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, has thrown her hat.
Name in the hat.
Yeah, throwing her name in the hat for her place in a Metroid movie. She would like to play Samus. What are your thoughts on that, guys?
I've personally never played Metroid. I've heard of it. Anything video game related, I'm all up for it to give it a shot. You know, I think when it comes to video game movies, it's a hit or miss. You know, you're either going to get it right or you're going to get it wrong. Look at movies like Warcraft. Look at you know, I'm even going to go back to 2005, and I'm still going to say to this day that Doom is not a bad movie.
The one with The Rock?
Yeah, that's not a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie, but obviously the mecca of video game movies, in my opinion, is Resident Evil, the original.
Oh,
number one. After that, kind of dwelled off a little bit, but the stories did change based on the video games, you know.
Yeah.
I am all for it. I was having a little mini conversation with Stone Cold Steve Dressers over here that I actually wouldn't mind seeing her in that skin tight suit, but that's just
and off to the next subject. Thank you, Ramon.
Yeah.
We don't want you to get into too much detail there.
Cancel
on
culture.
the real
Cancel
though,
culture.
I actually got to play that game when I was younger. I played it on the actual old NES. I never got to pass it. I never beat it. But I fucking love the game. So it'll be interesting to see how they adapt like all these.
Let me just chime in real quick. Just I know we're running out of time, but maybe just give me a minute on the story that I said last week that they are developing a Red Dead Redemption movie. Please, I'm very excited for this. I heard a couple more stories this week that it is going to happen. It is going to be set on the Old West. I think Netflix, as of this week, put in a $1.5 million bid to get it, just the rights for Red Dead Redemption. Would it be something that you'd be interested in watching?
I mean, I saw Westworld.
Absolutely.
And first season and second season, I got my wife hooked on it recently, so she's just been binge watching it.
Yeah.
But that's a good kind of like feel of what it'll be like, because it does, have to do with the Western era. But if Red Dead Redemption does happen, I don't know if you know this, but there was a game before Red Dead Redemption called Red Dead Revolver for the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And that does tie in with Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 now.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're going to go off of that, because not a lot of people remember that, and they kind of stick with the Red Dead Redemption game. If they do, I think that bid is perfect for Netflix, because they got so much to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a lot of story. I mean, they can just pretty much do the whole entire game, the storyline of the game, and just make a series out of that. Now, the casting, they have to get it right.
Yeah. Like I said last week, I think they're looking into Kit Harington from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I did hear
play the character of James Marsden.
So
What is it? Yes.
Or John.
John Marsden. John Marsden. I think they said something on the lines of Leo maybe playing Arthur Morgan.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, just by saying the name Leo, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah,
for Netflix, okay.
And not Leo that's on the comments.
No, not Leo in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, Red Dead has a lot of potential. It is really up to Netflix to hold their end.
Yeah.
Ramon, any input?
Well, I kind of covered it last week, because I actually never played the games. So I can't really, chime in on this. You can stream yourself playing that game. It is on the Xbox Game Pass. I'll stick with the Overwatch and Apex.
You can play that game.
I'll give it a try. I still have to have that gaming sesh with the Oz on FIFA on stream.
That means no, by the way.
Yeah, that means no, guys. Sorry.
That does mean no. Well, with that, we're gonna go ahead and go on a brief intermission. Sorry, Jess, I needed to get that in there before
that's fine.
Cut us off. So, per the request of people in the comments and stuff, it's not gonna be just a plain "we'll be right back" screen. I'm actually gonna play something while we're switching off meetings and stuff like that. So, with that being said,
here's a rerun.
Here we'll be right back with this right here.
He's gonna play an activity.
Nah. We're nothing about be right back. We're here now, players.
All right, like live. We said, we swore by the moon and the stars in the sky.
You know what? And I was like, damn, I hope they don't hear us talking, But I was like, fuck it. It makes the stream that much better. Fuck it.
Yeah.
By the way, they did hear you singing that, Oz. So
that's
FYI,
fine. I don't
it's
care.
All good.
I don't care. The whole neighborhood heard me sing it last night.
Yeah, last night was lit.
I don't care.
But hey, man. Anyway, let's go ahead and get Jesse. Get us started here, Jess.
All right. So just a little bit more. They also. Over the week, they announced that Guillermo del Toro would like to make a Frankenstein's trilogy, if not a 2-part to 3-part series based off of the Mary Shelley book. Of course, Guillermo del Toro has a great resume to back up his request to do that. All he is really waiting for is financial support. something around that size, I could probably see maybe 100 mil, 200 mil budget that he may be asking for. But so, what are your thoughts on that, Oz? Frankenstein, real quick.
I am excited when it comes to, I mean, obviously, to the top of my head, you know what I'm saying? I am very excited for a Frankenstein TV series. I just hope that I'm going to go back to Netflix because I'm such on their dick. It's not even funny.
Sponsor us, Netflix.
Netflix has a great Dracula series. It's a Netflix original. It came out of England. It was on their BBC network, and it came to the United States. But if I have no doubt that it's going to be a good series, Frankenstein is. If it's as good as Dracula was, I'm very excited.
I am not a big movie goer. I know Frankenstein. And just FYI for those people that don't know, Frankenstein that's not the name of the actual creature. That's the name of the doctor.
Yes.
Who created him. FYI.
Frankenstein.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's his monster.
It's his monster. It's his creature. Yeah. So, but I mean, for the people that are all for this type of stuff, I mean, it must be great for you guys, especially Oz. I know you like horror movies and stuff, and you know.
Yes.
You can see behind him.
You know. Yeah. Exactly. So I mean, hey, that's good for you guys. I mean, hopefully it's something that won't disappoint. Because if it does, I know Oz is gonna be all, pissed off and shit, saying that's how you think. So,
well, you should have heard me at the end of season 4 of 13 Reasons Why. How pissed off I was.
So yeah, I mean that's cool. I think that's great that they're gonna have their own series.
Awesome. All right, so I'm just gonna do quick hits here. It's gonna be Star Wars: The Mandalorian, still scheduled to come out with season 2 in October. As well as they have pushed pretty much all Marvel series they were working on for Disney Plus, as well as the announcement of a new Star Wars animated show or series that's coming out, kind of based off of a few rogue stormtroopers or Mandos. So pretty much. That's it for my end. I know, Oscar, you have a.
Drop my phone. I do this on my phone, guys. Bro! Okay, I can only do so much. I do it on my phone. I can only do so much. Okay.
Oh shit, that's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna clip that shit.
Go for it.
Dude. Make a meme just like.
I'm gonna put that on Instagram too later on.
Oh shit.
So now
go ahead, Oz.
I wrapped up here. Oz, if you want to hit us up with your news.
Well, I mean, it was a very slow movie news week. 2 big things that came out this week was Warner Brothers is in the early stages of planning a Home Alone reboot. If you guys have never seen Home Alone, you guys are obviously too young to talk to me.
The original ones, though. The
original Home Alone movies. They're trying to make it for a new generation. Obviously, now there's a lot of streaming platforms. It's easy to put your product out there.
Can you name one, Oz?
For a streaming platform?
Yeah, just any random one.
I think right now, Disney Plus has all of the Home Alone movies right now on the streaming service, or at least 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
So it's easy it's an easy sell, as I call it. The other movie news that came out this week, and this one is so crushingly sad for me, is that now they want to remake the original Stand and Deliver movie, which is an old 1980s movie based off the story of Jaime Escalante, who was a calculus professor at James A. Garfield High School here in East LA. They're trying to remake it for a new generation because they started a petition. Right now, it's how can I say this in 2 words? It's getting pretty crazy with people complaining that certain people shouldn't play certain roles in movies and everything like that. And a lot of that is understandable. The complaint right now is that the original actor, Edward James Olmos, who is of Mexican descent, should not be playing a Bolivian professor. It should have gone to a Bolivian actor. So that's in the works. I don't want to say too much because it does upset me because the original movie is a classic. It is amazing. It is, it was shown in all of my years in junior high and high school. So I've seen this movie hundreds and hundreds of times. So the fact that they're remaking it based on that standard alone is a stupid idea, in my opinion. But what can we do? We're outnumbered, you know? Yeah. The television channel A&E reported this week that they lost 49% of its audience when it canceled Live PD. If you guys have not seen Live PD, it was actually a really good show. It was in real time with actual police officers in Louisiana, in North Carolina, and in Texas. It was in real time.
So it was kind of like Cops.
It's kind of like Cops, but in real life.
Yeah. More. And it was really intense too sometimes.
And the showtime actually, it went from, I believe, 8 p.m. to about 3 a.m. in the morning here, my time. Yeah. So once they canceled that, obviously because of the Black Lives Matter and the police brutality riots and the protests,
and the phone,
and the phone fell again. I can only do so much. I'm sorry.
We gotta get him a stand, guys. We're gonna start a GoFundMe.
I am gonna start a GoFundMe right after this. You know, so I can buy a
repair
phone
his phone.
Bro, yeah. I'm gonna take you this real quick. I'm gonna take you this over there. And it's got the little groove right here, so I hold your phone so it doesn't go plump.
Yeah. This is the best episode I've ever done.
Fall forward now.
I am gonna get an Oscar nomination just for this performance alone.
Yeah, I think.
So when I'm holding my statue up in the audience, I'm gonna say "suck it" to all of you guys.
And then Kanye's gonna come and interrupt you.
Actually, speaking of Kanye, he was in the news this week because he did a presidential rally. I believe it was in Missouri. Could be off. South Carolina. Thank you. I saw the entire 35-minute video. Have you guys seen it?
No.
I thought it was like 15 minutes.
No, it was 30.
There was more.
I saw a 35-minute cut of it, and I sat through all 35 minutes. It was freaking amazing. He's not there.
Needs help.
He needs a lot of help. I speaking from mental health and speaking from somebody who does suffer from depression and bipolar disorder, blah, blah, blah. This man needs a lot of help. It wasn't, it was funny. It's one of those, like, it's funny in the beginning and then you're just like, okay, this isn't funny anymore. This isn't funny anymore, you know? But I hope he does get the help that he needs because I'm such a huge Kanye West fan. I'm a huge Kanye West fan. I like to see good things happen to good people, and this is a good man in my opinion. He is a musical genius, so I wish him nothing but the best. But one of the big things I do want to talk about, and this was brought up to my attention in the last 2 weeks that we've been doing the Fetterly Club podcast, we haven't been talking about the Wayfair conspiracy theory.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know, and I wanted to bring that up today because obviously one of my successful Ozcasts is about conspiracy theories. And like, well, you're talking about conspiracy. Why didn't you bring this one up? You know, you've done 2 episodes. Bring it up. Okay. If you guys don't know, Wayfair is it's
a furniture.
It's a furniture sales online store. And it caught a lot of flack when it was selling a regular bookshelves, maybe worth about in the hundreds, about $150 max. And it was selling it for about $14,000-$15,000.
Mm-hmm.
30, 50 at the most.
Yeah.
$50,000. And they started, a lot of people in the internet world starting connecting a lot of the dots, saying that Wayfair was into human trafficking. Yeah. Because in the description of the bookshelf, you could connect the name or the last name to somebody in the Center of Missing and Exploited Children.
Yeah.
That was, you know... I just want to bring that up just a little bit because somebody told me, you know, why haven't we brought that up? I just want to get your opinion on this specific situation known as Wayfair.
I think it's a bit suspect. And before we get started on this topic, just know that these are all solely our opinions and they're not based on anybody that, you know, we may be employed with or, you know, that we may represent in our regular lives. This is just our opinion and what we think, okay? So don't be blowing this shit out of proportion and shit. But I think it's personally suspect because all of a sudden, once they started pointing this shit out, everything started disappearing. Like, there was no more fucking $50,000 bookshelves or shit like that. And so why would you remove that And their claim was that it was industrial. Really?
Yeah.
So that's your excuse? But so then if it's industrial, why'd you remove it from your site? I mean, just leave it up, right? Well, what's the worry about it? But again, that's my opinion on that. I
Yeah,
don't know what you think.
the whole Wayfair conspiracy thing was, when I found out about it, it was through my wife, and we've actually shopped through there.
Oh,
We've gotten a few things from there. So as soon as she heard something like that, she was like, "That's it. We're never doing business with them again." And she actually had a few friends investigate a little bit about this. So the one thing that is that there was like a secret kind of way of communicating in order to get to that listing. So it wasn't really something you can find when you just go on the website. You had to kind of put in the UPC code.
Oh
And
shit!
Oscar knows that,
Yeah.
work at retail.
Yeah.
Put in a code, and that takes you directly to a certain item. So they would see when they would put in that specific UPC, it would switch the website. Like it would kind of reload the whole entire site, and it looked a little different. But then they will show you the item, and it would be like a 2-door cabinet for about 15 to 20,000. And then during the checkout, they were doing a whole checkout. It made it to where you had to put in a special code in order to check out.
Oh shit!
So you couldn't just buy it.
Yeah.
You had to have received a code to finalize the purchase, and only those that were really involved with the trafficking knew those codes.
Yeah.
And there was also another a Wayfair employees kind of came out and said that there would be times where a normal box for a cabinet, which would weigh like 40-50 pounds, 100 at the most, he said that sometimes the boxes started weighing even more, and they would have to be shipped out immediately. It wasn't like a 2-3 day processing. No, it was like the same day.
It had to move.
Yeah, and he said it was pretty suspicious why certain boxes would be heavier than the other. Now just imagine, just the idea that something like that was going on, right under your feet. But yeah, that was it's a very tough conspiracy for me to kind of look into, because I have children, and I can only imagine those, the kids and the people that are being trafficked, that, what they're going through mentally, so hopefully Wayfair, this isn't true. You guys just had some sort of glitch, but I know that this world is very evil, and we can't really decide what is true or not until we fully know. So I know you had a conspiracy with I believe it was Righteous Ed regarding Batman.
Yes.
So I don't think that's a conspiracy theory. I think that's more of a fan fiction kind of thing, because Batman's not real. So
damn, it's really damn it.
Yeah, it's more, I think, of like probably someone doing like fan fiction and really thought of the idea, what if, Batman was asleep or in a coma, this was all a dream. The people around him he became, were the villains. I mean, it kind of goes back to the whole thing before Star Wars episode, pretty much episode 7, 8, 9 came out. There was already stories for Han Solo's son to be the bad guy, to be the villain. So, it could be a lot of people really creative, a little bit too much time. But yeah, that Batman one was a little funny when you were talking about it. So I was just like, no, I think that's just a fan fiction. Somebody put it out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did talk about it. I thought it was very interesting to talk about, because whether it be fan fiction or not, people are still interested in this type of stuff.
Yeah.
That's like saying, the Lion King and the word sex is just fan fiction. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff that's still put out there by people.
Yeah. I mean, there's some that are too coincidental. But yeah, I can see where a little bit of the people, people are getting confused.
Yeah.
I say just believe in conspiracy. Stand up.
But we do got to do one regarding some of the stuff we know. I know. I guess might be like kind of like debunked already, but I was talking to Garfield a little bit earlier about an ex employee from the Pentagon released that they have in fact collected like unmanned or like pretty much vehicles that are not created by us. They have found some and they've taken them in. So it kind of confirms that there is something out there, and they have vehicles or some sort of transportation from them. What are your thoughts on that, Oz?
Well, I mean, I think it's fairly obvious that aliens do exist. Alien spaceships do exist. Do I go to the extremes like other people say that they're walking among us? I do not. I don't believe they're walking among us. I do believe they are watching. I do believe that just like us trying to communicate with them, they're trying to communicate with us. We're just too stubborn to get the message.
Yeah.
As human beings, we're just too stubborn. We can't be the only people in this world.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
I totally agree. I mean, there's galaxies out there and shit, so you're telling me that we're the only ones here? Like, that makes no sense. I mean, we're just a small planet compared to like all these galaxies and universes or whatever the hell is out there, like we don't know. And the thing is, we don't know exactly how big it is out there. We're just
going back to that. Now that you brought it up, there is a conspiracy theory, because I'm a huge conspiracy theorist. I love going into dark holes when it comes to this type of stuff. I read one. Oh no,
hey.
No, but there's one, speaking about aliens, there's a conspiracy theory that states that what killed the dinosaurs was not an asteroid. It was an actual UFO spaceship that crash landed into this Earth, and we as humans are the alien race.
Oh shit!
I've heard of something very similar to that, but it wasn't like it kickstarted us.
Because if you do remember, according to history books and science, was never our planet. It was the dinosaurs that were here first.
Yeah, and apparently we evolved from monkeys. So.
Science.
But now they're saying that beings were not around, even though they're saying that there's cavemen and shit.
Because they're saying what if it's not really a monkey, but it was a spaceman? If you go into any art exhibit from ancient times, you will see carvings of spacemen in spacesuits.
Yeah.
Coming down from the sky.
Ships, planes.
There's a lot of things we can dabble on that.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely do the whole thing.
Yeah,
I know it would be cool to have if Righteous Ed would like to join on that too.
Yeah,
to kind of get more people. Kind of, we have a couple conspiracy theories. Ramon probably knows a few. He may know more. We could probably go in on that, so we can make that an episode. If you guys want to see that, put that in the comments.
Yeah.
As well as let's talk a little bit about sports. I know Ramon has a little bit of a list going. I just want to break one down. The NBA has actually 22 teams. When I first heard it was going to be 21. That was pretty exciting to see. But a fellow player of my favorite team, the Clippers, has been quarantined for 10 days right now because he left yesterday or the night before to a strip club.
Oh, yeah, I heard that shit.
So
he left the bubble.
He decided to leave the bubble to go to a gentleman's club. This man is a really good player for the team as well. So he's on a 10-day quarantine right now. Very foolish, but I think because it's so early into this, the season hasn't officially started up again, I can see why he probably did it.
Yeah.
Hey, do it sooner than during the season. So he probably got his fix out of the way. You know what I mean?
I bet. Well, my part of the sports is, y'all know I'm a big LAFC fan, and they're an expansion team. So the women's league, the U.S. Women's League, is actually gonna do an expansion team here in L.A. They don't have an official name yet, but they're going by Angel City FC right now. That's not official. It's just like a placeholder until they figure out what the actual name of the team's gonna be. And it says that I guess the league's gonna announce the official team name, the venue where they're gonna play, which I hope it's the Bank of California, but I highly doubt it. And other branding before the end of the year, and they're planning on starting to play in 2022. So
Wow.
yeah, there's
That's
a lot
really
of
great.
investors in that too, dude. Like a lot of known names, dude. Mia Hamm, obviously. I mean, that's a given, dude. I mean, she's part owner of LAFC too with her husband. You know, Nomar
Yeah.
Garcia Parra. You have Jennifer Gardner. You have Natalie Portman. You got
Okay.
Eva Longoria, Serena Williams, America Ferrera. There's a lot more. I just got
I
like
think-
the main ones that pop out
Yeah.
that people would kind of recognize. And not to mention, Serena Williams' daughter actually became the youngest owner of any type of like business at the age of 2, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think she's 2, and she's already an owner of this team.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty insane. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's about time that we had a women's team here. Like I said, I hope that they do end up playing in the Bank of California Stadium, but I have a feeling they might play in Carson. But I don't know what you guys think about that.
Oz, take it away.
I think with anything with soccer is very exciting. Men, women, AYSO. I think it's exciting to see something represented in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I look forward to it, and hopefully they go all the way.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that'll be great.
How
First
about-
season, they do real good.
Hell yeah.
I'm really excited. I'm actually really happy to see a lot of females taking ownership.
Yeah.
This isn't an opportunity that comes around quite frequently here. But shout out to them. Man, 2 years old. I mean, being an owner, I know there's families, dads that have ownership of big teams and they just pass it down to their children. But giving ownership to their child at a very young age, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I hope the name stays.
I like it too.
Yeah, the name is really cool. I kind of like that play, like the Angel City,
I think the issue that they might have with that is because there's a brewing company called Angel City already. So I don't know if they may have like the copyrights or
Hey, I mean that could be a good freaking way to get your name out there.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Yeah. And then Oz, I know you mentioned AYSO during your thing right now. I don't know if any of you see the English news, like Channel 7, Channel 2.
I don't watch the news. I try to stay off of it.
I watch just the recaps on YouTube.
All right. Well, there was a story that aired, I want to say on Channel 7, that they said that the AYSO season was officially canceled. For those that don't know, AYSO is American Youth Soccer Organization. I'm actually a commissioner for the East LA region. So I just wanted to go on record in saying that no, the season is not canceled as of yet. There are certain states that still don't have permits, can't run the program. So and then there's some regions that are canceling their season. So it's not all of AYSO, it's just specific regions that may be doing that. So if you're watching and you want to join AYSO, feel free to register. It's still open. We'll keep you updated. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Ramon, before you move forward with it, so let's say you guys still go and other regions cancel. How does the inner kind of region play? Do you guys automatically win that tournament?
No. What they're planning on doing is, it's kind of hard for let's say the smaller regions like myself. Like we, if anything, break 100 players in our region. We can't run a league on our own. We depend solely on our sister regions. And if those sister regions can't run a program, we can't run the program because we depend on them. So, for example, like Montebello, we normally merge with them during the fall season. But, I mean, as of right now, our registrations have been open, but we have no registration. You know what I mean? Because people, right now, there should be a certain amount of registrations done through the whole AYSO, but I mean, it's nowhere near where there should be at right now, and it's all due to
Yeah,
what's going on.
I mean, it's health first
Yeah,
sometimes.
I mean,
And I know some of the kids are so like anxious to go out and play again.
yeah.
But yeah, hopefully that, everything gets better soon and the kids can finally go out and play. Cause I know I want to sign up my son to play.
Hell yeah.
Cause I want him to get tired and so he can nap.
Yeah. he's got to carry the Stone Cold Steve Jester's legacy, getting kicked in the soccer head. But yeah, man. So, hey, Oz, you got any comments on that, or should I just move
No,
on?
that was it. That was it for me.
Sweet. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move it on forward to some Major League Baseball news. I don't know if y'all heard, but Mookie Betts got signed for a very, very, very long time to the Dodgers. He got a $365 million 12-year contract. So he's going to be approaching his 52nd birthday, actually, Jesse, in 2044 when he gets to the end of his contract.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
52nd?
It says right here,
40.
Until he's approaching his 52nd birthday in 2044.
So he signed for 13 years.
12 years.
12 years.
But I don't understand. I think that's a typo because it says it's 27. That's a typo. Stupid Sports Illustrated.
Yeah,
I got that off Sports Illustrated, by the way. This isn't. I did some research on there, so I'm blaming them for the miscalculation of their freaking math. But anyway, he has a $65 million signing bonus that is guaranteed against work stoppages and shortages of seasons like the one that we're in right now. So he's guaranteed that money regardless. But right now he's still on that, what was it, $10 million 1 year, or no, $27 million 1 year contract.
1 year.
Yeah, so once that's done after this season, then he'll start, that'll activate. Let's see. His deal also includes $115 million in deferred payments if he gets traded. Let's see here. And then he also does not have a no trade clause. So pretty much he can get traded whenever in his contract. There's more details into it. It's really extensive. What are your thoughts on that, Jesse?
It's great to see him get paid.
Yeah.
But it's really crazy, the financing for MLB, how they're able to sign these players for a very long time and for the amount of money they're getting paid. Some of them do deserve it. Some of them don't. The Mike Trout deal.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I think he deserved it because he's the face of baseball every year since he's been in the league. The Bryce Harper deal. Now, that one I questioned a lot. That dude was really he really showed up for his last season with the Washington Nationals, but that second before that last season, before he knew he was going to get paid, he was pretty bad. So hey, good job for them. They got the opportunity to play pro and get that check.
Yo.
But hopefully the Dodgers get something out of this. You guys need a World Series.
Yeah,
real bad.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Oz, have you been watching any of the MLS?
I have not been keeping up with it. I do get the scores on my ESPN app.
Nice.
But that's as much as I don't have cable. Whatever if they play it on YouTube, I'll watch it. I'll watch some of it. You know what I'm saying? But that's as much action as I get when it comes to MLS.
Oh man. Well, the round of 16 is going on right now. There's going to be 2 games tonight. We have what's the date? It's the 26th. So we have Sporting Kansas City versus Vancouver and Toronto versus New York FC. So those are some interesting games. LAFC plays on Monday, and so does San Jose and Real Salt Lake. So those are some games to look out for. So just wanted to throw that out there. I'm pretty excited that the MLS is back, as you guys can tell. So
yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty much my wrap up for the sports there. Stone Cold Steve Jessers. So
how are we looking on time?
We have about 8 minutes before the stream cuts, so maybe 5.
Yeah. All right. So pretty much just a quick kind of recap of the week on other events. Oh, for MLS, Chicharito is out for the season
Oh yeah, well,
for LA Galaxy. That was kind of crazy. It was sad to see Chivas lose on the weekend. Very sad, very very sad. To see them lose in that fashion, as well as the NBA is going on, so that's great to see the teams playing again. Um, Last Sunday was WWE, what I guess Extreme Rules, House of Horrors. What was it
The
called?
horror show at Extreme Rules.
Yeah,
yes.
there you go. The one of the match that stood out to me was the Eye for an Eye match: Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins. I actually thought his son, Rey Mysterio's son, was going to come out.
I did too.
Mm-hmm.
Some way, somehow, to kind of help him out. Some of the editing was very noticeable, especially the finale with his eye. What were your thoughts on it, though? Do you think they did a good job? I think they did a pretty good job, but I don't know. It was a weird eye.
I think
Who said a weird eye?
It was interesting to watch up until Seth Rollins started throwing up and having a hissy fit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was weird. They shouldn't have added that. I think that would have. And then it looked like oatmeal. My wife was saying, like, is that oatmeal or something?
Hey man, he probably had some oatmeal in the morning, bro.
Yeah, you don't eat before you wrestle. Come on.
Well, fun fact: Hulk Hogan used to drink eggs. And leave the eggs, like the shit on his mustache, so when they would like lock, he would like breathe on them and it smelled like eggs. I mean, yeah. So, a little fun fact there for the wrestling fans out there. But yeah, Jesse, you wanna wrap it up with your words of wisdom, dog?
Yeah, if you guys want to wrap up now. So, before, do you guys have any other input, any other news, anything that stood out?
That was it. That was it for me. Like I said, it was a very slow news week for the entertainment industry. So I mean, that was pretty much it. What I have.
Yeah, same
All
here.
right. Okay. Before we go, I know we got maybe like 5 minutes right now. I want to leave you guys with something to think about for next week. I kind of mentioned it to you guys, but hey, we really didn't talk about wrestling. But tell me your dream match. So come up with your dream match, but do it with one active wrestler and one Hall of Fame or retired wrestler. So someone that isn't active anymore. It can be even if the wrestler was for a short time at WWE, it's okay. So do your stipulation. What would it be for? Would it be for the title? Would it be for something? Most likely, almost all matches are always for the title. As well as what venue, what kind of match, and who's your winner. So come up with something like that. People that are watching, you can comment. Your dream match. We'll talk about that as well. So that's something for next week to look forward to. As well as I'll be talking about another conspiracy theory that I have that I would like to talk to you guys about next week, so we can, you guys get a little idea what's going to happen. So the words of wisdom, man, just keep wearing your mask. I know we recently just got re-locked down for certain areas like indoor dining, malls reclosed, theme parks not opening anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Just be very careful, man. I know a lot of people are starting to feel ill because they're starting to go out, but not here. They're going to different states. With Vegas reopening, that's a big question mark. But everybody just stay safe. If you gotta take off your mask for a few seconds, do it where no one's looking, because they're gonna kick you out. They're gonna. I know it's a little bit hard to breathe on some of these masks, but go get a better one. They have like the little filter, the little exhale, kind of like a filter that they have that's easier to breathe through. Get those. Don't get the ones that they sell in the street. Fortnite and Louis Vuitton, Gucci design on them. They're like $5. Come on now, get like a good one. Invest money in those. But yeah, everybody, just reach out to your family. Wash your hands. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Just pretty much just those are words of wisdom. Is keep yourself safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But it was real cool talking about all this. But yeah, we're gonna be switching it up, talking about other things. Want to thank everyone for tuning in. Do the live streams this early because I got children, so it's a little bit hard. I don't want them to be running around while you guys we're talking, and it's a little bit cleaner doing it early in the morning.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for that, and Oscar and Oz and Garfield, thanks for holding it down last week.
That's what we do best.
Yeah, it was real great. But yeah, I'm be trying to create content for the Glorious One and Oz, help out the channel. Any news or anything else, you guys? Any kind of previews of what you guys want to talk about?
No. I kind of just like to wing it.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Entertainment changes on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I try not to make plans.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then just gonna throw it out there. I mean, if you guys are watching and you guys want to throw in comments and stuff, we actually try and read them through the stream. So feel free to comment and stuff. Like if you want to chime in into something we're talking about, feel free to do so. I mean, it's not a problem. We're actually excited that you guys interact with us. So feel free to do that. Like we had Leo up in here. Shout out to Leo. We've had my homie Alex in here too. So it's like. Interact, it's great. Like we look forward to that type of stuff. So
and then throughout the week, if you guys comment, I know people missed the live stream, you watch it. It could be very long. I mean, these hour YouTube videos, they're pretty long, so comment something, we'll look at it, we'll look back at it, we'll shout out to you guys. I know there was a few comments someone put of the Ozcast Fetterly Club episode. I don't think we ever got to those because he kind of was talking about either something to do with wrestling or something like that. But yeah, so everyone, Oz, you want to close it out?
No, I mean just thank you for your subscriptions. I think we're up to 63 subscribers right now as we speak. I'm working on a new batch of Ozcasts coming up. Hopefully those are going to drop within the next couple of months. Those are in pre-production right now. Have you seen this yet? Is coming back. For people that have been asking me, what happened to it. We took a little small hiatus. We worked out some things, and it is going to come back. So just look forward to that in the coming months.
Alrighty, y'all. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and log off. This is the Glorious One, Stone Cold Steve Jessers, and the Oz, and it timed out on us.